What's going on, vinyl community? Welcome to another Sunboxing with the Record Spinner. In today's episode, I'm going to be doing an unboxing of the Black Sabbath Live Evil Super Deluxe vinyl box set. If you are watching this video when it goes up, this box set just came out a couple days ago, and because I love Black Sabbath so much, I figured I would cover this box set in a special video, and since the first Sunday of the month is around the corner, I figured it would make a solid contender for a Sunboxing episode. So this is a true unboxing in the sense that it is still in the shrink wrap, and unfortunately I'm not going to be doing the angle switch. This is just going to be a single angle type video, but hopefully it does not take away from the enjoyment. So let's dig right in. So here is the front of the box, and I'll give you guys a close-up of the hype sticker, which as you see states, the Ultimate Black Sabbath Package 4LP Live Evil Super Deluxe Edition, featuring original album newly remastered, new 40th anniversary remix by Wynn Davis, 1982 Mob Rules Tour Replica Concert Book, 40-page book with photos, artwork, and liner notes, and 1982 Mob Rules Tour Replica color poster. So you get all kinds of cool knickknacks and such. So let's take the shrink wrap off. Also, I have to say, very interesting choice for a Dio-era Sabbath album to be given a Super Deluxe treatment. In terms of the Dio-era stuff, we have seen deluxe versions of the studio albums, Heaven and Hell, Mob Rules, and Dehumanizer, and now they've gone the whole 9 yards with the Super Deluxe treatment for Live Evil. And apparently, according to an insider source, because for a while, Rhino and BMG were doing the Ozzy-era Super Deluxe boxes with live material and studio outtakes, that has run its course. Apparently, there's not going to be any more, but you never know what possibly may change. So now they're wheeling out some other material, so who's to say what'll come after this one? But anyways, here is the front of the box, which has the main album artwork with the various references of all the songs featured on this live album. So there, of course, you have the Neon Knight, you have a War Pig, and then you have the figure from the Mob Rules cover. So all kinds of references. And then there's also a backing sheet, which is loose on top of the back of the box. So when you take the shrink wrap off, this comes off along with it, and it basically has all the specs from the hype sticker along with some band photos of each of the band members and the track list for each of the sets of albums in the sets. And then here is the actual back of the box. Lid comes up just like this, black interior, and first up we have the hardbound book, which is quite nice. Kind of follows the same format as the other Super Deluxe booklets. So we have the devil motif all across, which is exactly how it appears on the other Super Deluxe sets. Band photos and liner notes. And various credits, talks about the backstory behind the album. And there's quite a couple of different circumstances as to why Sabbath waited till 1982 after the Mob Rules tour to put out a live album. Part of it was partly because of the Live at Last album from 1980, and then Ozzy Osbourne was doing his Speak of the Devil album with all Sabbath tunes, so it kind of gave them a bit of a push to do this record, but hell, even like the making of it was kind of interesting, with certain parts of the mix being, obscured a little bit, and then Dio coming back and raising his vocals back up, and then bringing the bass down. I mean, there's a whole kind of backstory behind it, but obviously this was kind of the last straw in the Dio era Sabbath period before Ian Gillan would come in, but that's a whole other story. So as you can see, we have various print ads and scans of tape boxes and promo pieces, all kinds of scans of that with various quotations and liner notes. So this is something really nice to kind of sift through and read through, which is quite nice. Print ads. overall, beautifully put together. I always love how these Super Deluxe hardbound books are assembled with all kinds of bits and pieces to kind of sink your teeth into. It's honestly very well curated. And then we get to the track list as well as more liner notes and credits. Oh, interesting. So we have a scans of the Japanese insert. And then here is the gatefold of the original album. And then we have all of the tour dates from the Mob Rules tour. And right off the bat, let me see if I can find the show from Philadelphia. Yep, December 4th, 1981. My father was at that show. So that's cool. We have ticket stubs and scans. Then we have a cool band shot there. The devil motif. And here is the back of the book. So overall, very beautifully put together. And now we get to the tour booklet. Replica tour book, I should say. My dad has a more square-shaped tour book that has the Mob Rules cover on the front of the book. So I believe this might be the one that was sold within England, I want to say, perhaps, or a different part of the U.S. leg. So we got various spreads of Tony and Ronnie. Cool wide stage shot. Cool shot of Geezer. And then Vinny Appice here. Once he replaced Bill Ward. It's a cool stage shot with the Mob Rules backdrop. And that is the tour booklet. Moving onward, we have the poster, which hopefully you guys can catch most of this on camera. This is pretty cool, suitable for framing, and this will look good in any man cave if one desires to frame this. I'm sure you probably don't keep it intact, but still it does look very cool. And now let's get into the main components of the of this set, and of course that is the vinyl and the contents. So here is the original album, which has been newly remastered by Andy Pierce and Matt Warham. Kind of the go-to remastering team when it comes to the Sabbath catalog. And there's that original gatefold, which is pretty nice, nicely replicated. Polyline sleeves, which is an absolutely beautiful touch. Nice heavyweight vinyl. And nice custom center labels, which is a unique touch because in the past, with the Ozzy Super Deluxe sets, they've remained faithful to like the specific sort of era Warner Brothers label, whether it's like an olive green or a palm tree. But now they went the custom route, which is honestly nice. And just by looking at the dead wax, this was pressed at Optimal, and it was mastered by Chris Bellman. So this is going to sound really, really solid. And then we'll take out the second LP. There you go. Sorry for the reflection of the webcam there. So overall, very well pressed, and I'm sure just down to the mastering by Chris, it is going to be absolutely solid. Now, I should mention that Live Evil did get a vinyl reissue, I want to say in the early 2010s with the other Dio era albums. It has yet to be reissued. I know that there's been a CD deluxe version, but there's nothing deluxe about it because it's just the album remastered. So this is the first time that we're actually getting something supplementary, on top of the main album itself. So that's a nice touch. So that is the main album. And then we get to the really interesting thing. and that is the 40th anniversary remix. So as you see, we have a whole different spread of artwork here, and then the back has the track list along with each city that each song comes from. And just for the sake of breaking it all down, let me just go back to the main album. The track list is the same between both the remastered album and the remix. So side 1, you have E5150, Neon Nights, NIB, Children of the Sea, Voodoo. Side 2, you have Black Sabbath, War Pigs, Iron Man. Then on side 3, we have the Mob Rules, Heaven and Hell. And then on side 4, we have the Sign of the Southern Cross with Heaven and Hell Continued, Paranoid, Children of the Grave, and Fluff. And that is exactly the track list that is replicated on the remastered, not the remastered, the remixed album. And it breaks down, like I said, where each song comes from in terms of which city. So as you can see, we have tracks from Seattle, San Antonio, as well as Fresno. Now, based on the teaser tracks that have dropped, they've just dropped some like remastered, cuts off the main album. Kind of curious as to if the versions featured on this remixed version are the same ones that appear on the remastered album, or if they're alternate versions from, different shows, whatever. We shall see. I would assume that perhaps it might just, be the same tracks as they appeared from whichever show was featured on the album. I don't know if there would be anything different about that, unless they would notate it as like a bonus type thing. But given that it is indeed labeled a remix, I am led to believe that it is just simply the same cuts from this whatever shows were featured on this, just remix. So you basically get what I mean. And then we have the gatefold, which has some band photos taken from the tour program, which is nice and unique. And then same deal with the custom center labels here. Actually, you know what? These are custom labels, but they're not the same ones that are featured with the remastered album. These ones just kind of have like a plain kind of black background to them, whereas the remastered album has like the album artwork kind of in the background if you caught them on camera. So it is distinguishable. And then same deal, this was also mastered by Chris Bellman as well. So he did the mastering across the board on this set, which is very nice. And I was going to say, I got a little bit to spin through. I got 2 double LPs worth of live albums to listen to, and of course I'm kind of curious as to what the comparisons and the differences will be between the original album and the new remixed version for this box set. But needless to say, I'm happy that Rhino and BMG are continuing the Black Sabbath Super Deluxe series. Curious as to maybe if they'll do a Super Deluxe Born Again. I feel like the market's kind of, I don't want to say niche, but kind of selected for that. It's kind of a shame that the Ozzy train had kind of run its gamut, because I would have loved to seen like a whole series of all those albums be given that treatment, but can't have everything. I'm going to have a fun time playing this bad boy. So there you guys go. That is my unboxing of the Black Sabbath Live Evil Super Deluxe box set. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead, give it a like, and subscribe to the channel. See you guys in the next video, and most importantly, keep the records spinning.